The moving van arrived at 3 o'clock, and for the rest of the afternoon, Martha was too busy carrying and unpacking boxes to worry about anything else. The house began to take on some semblance of normality, but Martha couldn't make her own room look any more appealing, even with all her old familiar things around.
Well, what's the verdict, Martha? Think you'll stay a while?
Do I have a choice?
Honor, would you mind going out for some picture hooks? We're having a crisis in here. Perhaps you could take Martha with you. Show her the town.
Yeah, you want to?
Okay, I guess it's better than staying here.
Well, don't be too enthusiastic.
On the way to town, Martha could now see the route they'd taken the night before. The dirt road, the dense woods, and the endless sweep of spent fields beneath a leaden sky. She wondered how Sally had found this place at all.
What are people like around here? Friendly?
I don't know. Nobody's talked to me.
Have you been to town a lot?
Twice maybe. But don't get your hopes up. It's not Chicago.
They drove into town past neat frame houses, well-tended yards, and quiet sidewalks. From nearly every house, jack-o'-lanterns grinned back at them.
Ah, there it is. Our friendly local hardware store. Looks like something out of the past, doesn't it?
There was one man in the store, standing at the cash register, and a girl on a ladder at the back. While Connor hunted along the dusty counters for picture hooks, Martha spied an old mirror propped up on a shelf, and she leaned in towards its dingy glass. Above her shoulder, she saw a smeared reflection of another face, and she froze. She hadn't heard anybody walk up, but the boy was right behind her, his body rigid, his dark eyes wide, an expression of shock on his handsome face.
Sorry. From the back. I thought you were someone else. Have you found what you need?
Well,
I guess I sort of shocked you,
No,
staring like that.
I...
Picture hooks, Martha, remember?
Hooks? Sure. Hey, Win! Find some picture hooks, will ya?
No problem.
I'll go check them out.
I haven't seen you around, have I?
No, you couldn't have. I mean, I just got here.
You just moved here?
Yesterday, sort of.
Sort of. I'm Blake Chambers.
Martha Stevenson. Nice to meet you. You're the first person I've met here.
Great. Then I'll be the official welcome committee. So, whereabouts in town do you live?
Well, we're not really in town. It's a big old house sort of out in the country. I don't really know my way around yet, but it's sort of...
Not the old Bedford place.
I don't know. I didn't know it had a name.
Sure. Everyone knows it. I'd say you had your work cut out for you. Is that your boyfriend?
Connor? No, he's...
I know, you're just good friends.
No! I mean, our parents just got married. To each other, if you see what I mean.
Wow. New family, new town. That's tough.
It's okay, I guess. Do you work here?
Not if I can help it. My uncle owns the place. Win works here. She's my cousin. I'm just helping out. Look, I've got to go. I'm late already. Nice meeting you. I'll probably see you at school.
I hope so.
He's not your type.
Mind your own business, Connor.
Martha shouldered past Connor to the car. They drove home in silence. After dinner that night, Martha excused herself as soon as she could and went outside. Shivering in the damp night air, she walked slowly around to the backyard, remembering how Blake had frozen there in the store when she'd mentioned the house, how he'd mistaken her for someone else. Suddenly, she stopped and looked off through the mist towards the woods.
There's something moving back there. I can't see it, but it's there, watching. I know it. Sally said there's supposed to be an old cemetery somewhere on the property. Could it be out there in the woods? What's that? The wind? No, it's too sad. Who's there? Is someone there? Oh God, who are you?
Martha stood there, terrified. Around her, the trees shuddered as something shifted deep within their shadows and slipped away. Finally, Martha was able to move. She ran back into the house as the mist curled after her. The next morning, as Connor drove her to school, Martha couldn't get the house out of her mind. She hadn't told anybody about what had happened to her last night. Her dad wouldn't listen anyway, she thought. Besides, she'd just learned that he was planning to leave her stranded in the house, alone with Connor, and with some horrible thing running loose in the woods.
You're not taking this very well.
I can't believe it.
Dad's been here 2 days, and now his magazine wants him to go away on assignment. And in Hawaii, no less.
Oh, he's pretty excited about it.
Of course he is. Sally goes with him, and the two of them have a fine vacation.
Honeymoon. We're the ones who'll get the vacation.
From what?
Mom's cooking. Well, here we are. Good luck today, Martha. After school, I'll meet you right here in the student car park. Come on. I'll take you to the office. Hey, you look kind of white. You should have eaten something.
I'm fine. I don't need you to worry about me.
I know. You don't need anybody.
Bedford High looked quaint, comfortable, and small, Martha thought. She followed Connor into the brick building, down the hall into a small office where Connor spoke to a secretary and took off for his class. Martha was led into an even tinier office where she faced a boyishly handsome man across a cluttered desk.
Martha Stevenson? Hi, I'm Greg Chambers, your new advisor. Mr. Chambers in the halls and in class, but Greg's fine here. Welcome to Bedford High.
Thanks.
Your stepmother's already been to see me and explained the situation. It's rough, I know. I come from a broken home myself. So, give yourself time and permission. Permission to feel all the things you want to feel. They'll be easier to handle if you do. Now, let me see what your former school sent me. Oh, these notes look very good. Well, I know everything will be new and different for you here, but...
As Mr. Chambers looked over her file, Martha found herself liking this man. He couldn't be that old, she thought to herself. Perhaps late 20s. Dark hair and eyes, tall and beautifully tanned. He reminded her of someone.
Blake. Blake Chambers.
You know Blake?
No. You just look like him. I met him in the hardware store yesterday.
Well, I knew Blake worked fast, but... Well, hey, don't look like that. I'm just kidding. He's my cousin. Athlete extraordinaire. Leading scorer on the basketball team. Top high jumper in the state. Of course, I'm prejudiced. Not to mention extremely jealous.
Did you go to school here, too?
Where else? I loved it here. Loved the town. Still do. Give it a chance, Martha. We're all here to help you, especially me.
Thanks.
Now, let's decide where to put you. I hear you're quite the writer. Awards in state competition, yearbook, school paper...
Oh, they were just little awards. I've got a lot to learn.
Great. Then let's start with my creative writing class.
Do I have to try out?
With your qualifications, are you kidding? Hey, don't look so worried. You'll love the class. I'm pretty fascinating. Don't forget it. Tell all your